What is up, y'all? My name is Kori Maria. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm just going to be giving you all an overview of my journey to Nike, how I got to this point, kind of picking up where I left off in my how I landed an internship at Nike video, letting you guys in on what happened in between then and how I got back to Nike after my internship. I also have been receiving a bunch of DMs from many of you through Instagram just about Nike, so I just want to answer some of those FAQs at the end of this video, but make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video because I need y'all to hear all of this. First off, I just want to tell y'all that I do have a new Instagram. It's called the Kori Maria. I didn't feel as though I could create as frequently with my original Instagram, so I wanted to start fresh. So that is the Instagram that I will be using going forward, just communicating with you guys. So if y'all want to continue keeping up with me and the content that I'm creating outside of just YouTube, make sure you follow the Kori Maria on Instagram. But anyways, let's just get right into this video. So if you saw my first video about getting an internship with Nike, you know that I worked really hard to land an internship at Nike. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into that process, and I ultimately landed a internship a very unconventional way. I messaged somebody who had worked at Nike at the time through LinkedIn, whom I had met at a networking event, and I was able to get my resume put on the desk of a recruiter. I got the interview, and the rest was history. If you want more details as to how exactly that process went, that video will be linked down in the description box below, and I also have a video linked down below that shows you the resume that I used to score a job with Nike, and I just walk you through that and show you everything that was on that resume when I submitted it to Nike. So following my internship, going into my senior year of college, Nike was going through what's called a reorg. So a lot of people were leaving the company, some people were getting laid off from the company, and a lot of roles were being switched around in the company. Recruiters really couldn't give us a straightforward answer as to whether or not we'd be extended a return offer. I wasn't on edge because I felt as though I had proved myself enough during my internship that I would at least get something. You know, it might not have been in the area of the company that I wanted to be in, but I knew that I did well enough to get something. So I started my senior year at the University of Michigan. A few months passed, and about October of 2020, I received a full-time offer from my recruiter. She was basically following up and telling me that I did a really good job during my internship and that I earned myself a full-time offer. And this full-time offer was actually as a technical developer in a different category. It was actually on the Nike side. It was not in Jordan. A tech developer is a product developer. It's a product manager that handles the implementation of this shoe, of this product, all the way from when it's first designed to commercialization. But anyways, I initially was offered a role as a technical developer, and it was in a different category. It was on the Nike side, and I accepted it. I said, okay, cool, it's a job. I'll be there. I'll be there. So a few months passed. I was all good with my technical developer role. I really didn't know at the time what it all entailed. Whatever it was, I was ready to take it on. February rolled around, and my recruiter reached back out to me and said, hey, I need to talk to you. I literally called her right away because I'm like, if she's calling, okay, she has some important update. As soon as I got on the phone, she told me about the position in Jordan that had just opened up. It was a footwear material developer, and then gave me the choice on whether or not I wanted to stay with the current technical developer role or pursue the footwear material developer role in Jordan. I was honestly so geeked about that because to work in the Jordan brand had always been a big goal of mine. I had no idea that that's where I would start out at though. So to be given that opportunity right out the gate, I hopped on it. I think about a day or two later, I accepted the position as a footwear material developer in Jordan. And the only condition with that role was that I had to start way earlier than expected. Actually 2 weeks after graduation in May of 2021. So I was like, okay, I'll start 2 weeks after graduation. In May of 2021, 2 weeks after I graduated from the University of Michigan, I started my job as a footwear material developer in the Jordan brand at Nike. And boy, has it been a journey ever since that day. I've learned so much. I've been stretched so much. Still being stretched. Still being stretched. God has just done such amazing things in my life. He's brought so many amazing people into my space. So many of those who are willing to help pour into me, push me towards just growth. And so 9 months later, here I am. I've grown so much, I've been taught so much, I've met so many awesome people, and I've been just enjoying every day since I've started. That is basically how I got to where I am today. So now we're just gonna move into the FAQ portion. Please do note that all my views are strictly my own and do not represent those of my employer. First question is what exactly do I do at Nike? At Nike, my title is a footwear material developer in the Jordan brand. So the best way I know how to describe my current role is once a product designer, a material designer, and color designer to come up with a product catering to consumers' needs. The new developments are then brought back to me, where I'm able to start asking questions on how it can be brought to life. So we have suppliers who we can source materials from. My job is just knowing the technical capabilities of each of those suppliers. And then as a material developer, I'm working back and forth with those vendors to tweak materials as needed and to make sure that everything is to my team's liking. I also have to make sure that the physical properties of that material are up to par and that they can withstand consumer wear in the environment once we move into commercialization. A lot of what I do is communicating with vendors. I'm communicating back and forth with vendors about different materials that my broader team might want to work with. I'm communicating all of that information back to my team, sharing that insight, just presenting all the facts and information that I know so that my team can make the most informed decision possible. I'm also putting materials into a database just so we have all the information needed from that vendor on that specific materials. I hope that brought about a little clarity to those of you who might have questions about, what exactly I do. So next question I was asked is, what is my favorite part about working at Nike World Headquarters? So me personally, I like doing meaningful work that I can look back on a few seasons from now and say that, hey, I had a hand in that, because materials are so important. So being able to develop the materials that people cherish and value so much is awesome. That's aside from just working with some dope people. So many dope people in this space, so many inspirational people in this space, which is another great thing about working at Nike. What's a common misconception that people have about working at Nike? Y'all think we hit on the sneakers app on every shoe release, and that is nothing but lies. We definitely take L's too. Now granted, working at Nike has given me increased access to shoes. As far as the sneakers app goes, I am not scoring on there like nothing. Next question is, how do you like living in PDX and working as a Black woman? I overall like PDX so far. I haven't had any complaints as of yet. I'm comfortable here. Now granted, I live out in the suburbs. I do not live in Portland, but I like it out here. I'm comfortable. I feel safe. I've not experienced any like racial discrimination or any discrimination of any type. That doesn't mean I'm not here. It's just I haven't experienced it myself. Although Oregon is a lot different than where I come from, obviously there aren't as many Black people out here. I've managed, to find my community, and it really doesn't bother me too much. So next question is, what is my favorite part at Nike's World Headquarters, like on campus? I would have to say my favorite part.
So I initially said something different here, and I wanted to change my mind. Actually, my favorite part about Nike's campus is Drake Lake, which is the lake that Drake jet skied across in his music video Laugh Now Cry Later. And I also like the MJ building because I work in there, and it has this case showing all models of Air Jordans, which is pretty cool.
If you could change one thing about working at Nike, what would it be? Just more effort.
Sorry y'all, this is my last time jumping in, but honestly, if there's anything that I could change about personally my Nike experience, it would be starting in the middle of a pandemic. It was not the most glamorous start, nor was it the easiest start. If I could go back and do it my way, I would definitely start on campus in person with everyone else there, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled, and I'm working with the cards that I was dealt.
Next question is, how has the company benefited in terms of personal and professional development? I have met with so many influential people and so many great leaders who are thriving in the corporate space, and they have honestly inspired me to keep pressing forward in my professional development journey. Overall, just fulfilling the daily roles and responsibilities that my job entails is furthering my professional development every day. I am not in the same place that I was back in May, and that says a lot just about how I am growing in this role, in this brand, at this company. Is working at Nike a dream come true for you? How had it changed your view of the brand? To answer that plainly, yes, working at Nike is a dream come true for me. If you know me, you know that this has been something that I've been working towards since my freshman year of college. I've known I wanted this for a very long time. The way it's changed my view of the brand, I'm not only just seeing it from a consumer point of view, I'm now seeing it from a product creation point of view, where I'm seeing how much work goes into a shoe from the time it's thought of to the time of commercialization. Seeing just how hard we work to get a shoe on the shelves, it has changed just how I treat and care for my shoes. It's led to an increased appreciation for, more specifically, the materials that go into my shoe. It's just added a more well-rounded view to just being a consumer. I'm now a more informed consumer since working for the brand. Someone asked, aside from HBCU councils, are there any other minority seeking programs put in place place at Nike to intentionally seek out minorities. So HBCU Council is the only program that I know put in place to intentionally seek out Black students. And I know that the reason why that was put in place is because a better place to start looking for Black students or great Black talent than HBCUs. And that's not saying by any means that there aren't talented Black individuals at PWIs. Nike still recruits heavily from PWIs, but to pour into the pipeline more Black talent than ever before, they decided to start with HBCUs because that's pretty much a gold mine for Black talent all in one place. As far as other programs, I'm not sure about them, but I know about and am a part of HBCU Council. Do you get free access to the Nike gyms or do you have to pay to use them? So as an employee, I get free access to the Nike gyms. Are outsiders allowed to use the Nike gym? So I'm gonna say this, not at the moment while Nike headquarters is closed due to COVID, but I do believe that with a pass and with the Nike employee, I'm almost positive outsiders can get in. That's just speculation because I've only gone to the gym and used Nike gyms since COVID. So if I misspoke, I will be sure to correct that in the future. But other than that, those are all the questions that I was asked about Nike. If y'all have any more questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. Like I said before, feel free to follow me on Instagram at the Kori Maria. And if you've made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There's plenty more content coming. I'm gonna start taking my vlogging camera with me to campus a little bit more and just showing y'all how life is working at Nike. Thank y'all again for tuning in. I will see y'all in the next video.